The newest person in this whole game of really doing and helping people of not just the plantation sector but the country as a whole. All these gentlemen are real public servants. All of you are people who have many years of experience in doing this. So I'm probably the novice. So I'll give the novices vision or view of what this is. So PHDT, I was just telling my fellow director Johan that is probably one of the best kept secrets or even a secret weapon that is about to emerge. The reason I say that it's a secret weapon is that even I, who's from the tea industry, also having had some association with helping the plantation sector through various other organizations, have not had a very clear view of what a great organization and institution that's been set up, and the finance ministry continues to fund through the estate development ministry billions of rupees to do housing, to do various pieces of work. So there is a lot being done. The only question is, can more be done? Absolutely, yes. We all can come together and do more. So it is just to put that focus and attention, and also to show you the opportunities that are there to fulfill your objectives also as leaders within the NGO community who have probably more access to resources and funds to make use of PHDT as an organization today, because it has a fantastic network. It has the deep root into the plantation sector where they can make a difference, they can make things happen, because they also have the ability to harness the powers of the plantation companies which are there, which are working with the private sector motor behind them, so that things can actually happen. So they are looking at it as an outsider, like I said, as a novice. I think this organization is very unique. There isn't another organization where we can bring in people, experts, professional government people, because I sit with
Specialist for nutrition.
Good morning all, I am Leandri Moraes, representing Leeds, and I am the manager resource mobilization.
Good morning, I am Mondru Janasuriya, CEO of Leeds.
Good morning, I am Shiron, Director Field Operations from World Vision.
Good morning, I am Jagat Alexander, Lead Project Society.
They cover 7 regions, from Badulla to Chilao to Gurunagala to Kandy to Goa. And we have over 200 people working for it. That is something I don't think most of you all do. So we have the reach right round. If you all are interested in doing any work, you all don't have to reinvent the wheel. We have people placed everywhere where we can come in partnership and see that it is properly looked after, accounted for, and it's very transparent. So we invite you all to start with, to join PHDT in whatever you all do, and see that we do something better for our people and for them to have a better life. PHDT looks after approximately 950.
Less popular tax reforms and structuring of SOEs, and also legal and institutional development that the government has undertaken. These reforms are very well spelled out in the interim budget that the government presented this year and the budget for 2023. Amid all these reforms, I believe that social protection is at its heart, because the government has placed a lot of emphasis on social protection, because government has realized and recognized that
we want you all can do a lot for us.
with regard to our population on the estates. Especially we are being deprived of the health, nutrition side, then the water supply. We normally don't have proper water supply, so the world, this thing, they are helping us on a big way to give the pipeline this thing, and then we are paying a small tariff.
Especially until the government has taken a decision to take over the estate hospital or the estate health institutions to the government sector, they have been playing a big role in provision of curative as well as preventive health care for the estate community. Even though the government has taken a decision, it's very difficult to pump all the resources, and it's happening in a very slow rate. Though the cabinet decision has been taken to take over all the hospitals, PHDT is still continuing its services using EMAs and other health staff. But to be honest, as the Ministry of Health, we want to provide quality and standard healthcare service in par with the rest of the country.
With all the stakeholders and meet and reach out to you, and you also have an understanding of the activities what we are doing. So before moving on to, I have a few slides, so I'll take about 15-20 minutes to speak about the opportunities, what is available. After that, we will be having a discussion on Q&A and a discussion session. So whatever questions what you have, you can please raise it up. Let's be very open. It's important, so we are not going to drag it too much. Within 2 hours, we are going to complete this session and hopefully meet again. And so I will just run through about these. Can someone help me to move the slides? Yes. So we are talking about the plantation industry, which is about 150 years old, over 150 years old. And the PHDT had been in existence for 30 years. So that is so, because this year we are completing our 30 years. And so let's see the pre-nationalization, nationalization and privatization. I by myself have been involved especially with the nationalization even up to the privatization period, since including some of our board directors. So it is actually it's a change. Initially PHDT, first 25 years we have been talking about the sustainability of the sanitation facilities, water or maybe re-roofing. So first 25 years I would say. And now it's mainly much more than that. Let's say what are the areas available and what is the trend, what is the people, communities asking, and what are the government policies and how we could support them at what people wanted. So that's how the change has come in even to the PHDT. And next please. And PHDT is a unique organization. It's most probably, if I'm wrong, you can correct it. It's only one in South Asia where you get the employer, employee and the governments involved in the board. It's a very strong board. I'm very happy. So board meetings are very tough. Lot of questions I had to answer on behalf of the PHDT. So I think it's a very vibrant organization with the board also, when there are so many questions from the trade unions, from the RPCs, from the government sector. I think it's good. So then we also get updated. So we will deliver the best. And whatever the cent even spend through this organization, we are responsible. And not only they take care of the sustainability part. That's the most important thing. What we thought, you will need that support from us. Sustainability part. So that's what I said. It's the government, again, employees and the employees are represented in our board. And it's an organization gazetted under the ministry. Initially, we started working with the, we'll say 500,000 living without, still in the lines. So there we need your support. How again, government also, we can't depend only on the government. Because these days to build up new house is costing, last year it was 1 million, now it's 3 million. So we can't wait only for government funding. So we want your ideas to support how we could improve the line accommodation. Yes, how are we going to improve that building rather than breaking it. If there are good buildings, why not to make use of it? So those are opportunities, right? Then I want to see the COVID vaccination.
With the Kalani Valley Plantations, and was wondering about the reporting back mechanism. So we are involved in Udupusalawa and Nanuaya to do a feeding program for children in the CDCs. So is there a sort of a reporting mechanism where it comes back to the PHDT? And just wanted to check.
Yeah, from the projects actually work with the PHDT, we report back. But this is a good question what you raised. So this is what we are having this forum also. That's what I said from the beginning itself, work with us. It's better, then we can follow it up. Otherwise, after completing the project, PHDT to monitor is very difficult because I need to train my staff also. Because we have limited staff in the region. Demand is very high. So that is the problem actually what we have also. That's what we are talking about, the sustainability reporting back. Yes, if you are involved at the beginning with us, even maybe with the RPCs, then we could continue to support that and give a feedback as well.
First, congratulations on your 30 years, and it's great to have this kind of forum, and thank you for organizing it. Nucleus Foundation, I think led by ISD and PHDT, we just concluded a WASH project mid of this year, and we will. It's great to see the requirements that you have identified. So as we develop proposals, it's good input, so we can partner you in these proposals and look forward to it. In terms of the nutrition, there used to be a multi-sector action plan for nutrition by the government. This sort of stopped. This current government, it stopped. But what happened through the multi-sector action plan was all the resources from different ministries, and Dr. Amunagam, who was in some of the key consultations in those, and I think the lady from the health ministry would remember, it mobilizes resources from different ministries and focuses it on nutrition, and PHDT can be the implementation arm of that. Estates were highlighted as one of the key areas in the ADB study that was conducted, and I think those figures would have worsened, as you yourself have said. So if the government under the presidential secretariat takes, I think there still should be a nutrition secretariat there. If you all initiate some dialogue with them and restart this multi-sector action plan for nutrition with this current government, I think you will go a long way in getting resources from all the ministries earmarked for nutrition. That's some input, and I'll hand over to Ms. Muthalingam.
As my colleague mentioned about this water and sanitation, we did for a program, but in the meantime, I want to focus the other way, because now in the morning of the presentation also you have mentioned that government input to the estate, because even though that the village and the plantation settlements are not comes under the Pradesh Sabha last several years, because ISD, one of the organization, lobbied from 1994 and got amendment to the Pradesh Sabha Act in 2018, that every Pradesh Sabha has the right to save the community who are living in the plantation settlement. That also we have to focus. PhD also can, because for your information, very recently when you start the water and sanitation program, in some estate the people are not willing to link with the water board, and some are willing, but there's a cooperation from the management. That also we have to focus, because even the health sector they have mentioned, because there are 52 estate dispensaries not taken on, because we lobby for the last from 1998 onwards for that. But currently what we thought was, because now we are going to initiate another project from this is already, we want to have a dialogue with the Mr. and the PHDT and the 7th district, we are going to launch that. That is on governance, how to promote these the cooperative that societies and other existing organizations within the plantation, how to draw the allocation which are coming from the central government to the local government, and to the welfare of the community. Because therefore, your information, there are 29 development officers in the divisional secretariat. None of the development officers are not reaching. and also they are not raising the issue with the ministry also, because when they submit to the ministry at the budget level, it's not coming out. Because for your information that when they include all these plantation community into the mainstream as a become a citizen of 2003 onwards, but this was not counted, and we are now lobbying for to increase the village unit in the plantation sector. Then it will easy for the, because one of the things, because I am one of the participants in 1992 as a trade union person, when PHDT was promoted, we had three dialogues in Corona and Colombo and Kandy. At that time, one of the responsibility of the government is take over the most of the social welfare of the community, and the companies should be looked after only 8 hours. So it was not taken over. Now the thing is, you have mentioned that when we focus on the corporate society, we in that initially, I think Mr. Iran and also Allah are also there, that the manager should be there only for the corporate society maximum 3 years. Must be Mr. Rotary gone. So we are failed in that way. Even the NGOs and the PhD also, we couldn't promote a community where they can take the leadership of the corporate society. Even now we work with them, but we also focus on that to make aware the community take the cooperative. It's one of the good thing, because I took some people at that time to see the Kottapola cooperative society. It's a well-functioning society that we ought to focus on that. Thank you.
ISD for a long time in our plantations. Thank you very much. Yes, the cooperatives was a vibrant sector that was set up by, I think, Mr. Premadas, old Mr. Premadas in 1992. I think to take this forward and take a part of the things that were happening in the plantations away from the management and to be self-sufficient. Some of the cooperatives are very strong, very vibrant, running into millions. They have 30-40 million in their accounts, going up to doing even housing schemes, water, things like that. But some are dead, sadly. Yes, as you said, on the other subject of the plantations not being involved in the Pradesh Sabhas or actively taking part. The Pradesh Sabhas are the municipal council, which, if you take Norelia, Pidru, the municipality looks after most of the things, and yes, we are called for discussions for development work, and if the managers are vibrant and strong enough, some of the things are put to their budgets because we pay taxes. But some of the Pradesh Sabhas, many of the Pradesh Sabhas, don't even do a road, although the roads have been taken over by the Pradesh Sabha. The plantation sector, when you try to do a road, they come and say, it's not yours, you can't touch it anymore, we are taken over. So if the hospitals, the same thing happened. Right now, we cannot blame anybody because we are tight for cash. The government, it's an understatement if I say tight for cash, we don't have money in the country. So I don't think we can expect much from the government, or we cannot expect much allocation from the government unless there's an election. Let's be honest. If there's an election, everything will be done. So that is the time where we also take maximum views and push and say we want this, and we give a huge shopping list. At least 10% of it will be done. But we have to do something which is sustainable, and there is a methodology involved in whatever we do. So thank you, Mr. Muthulinga man, for the ISD. You have done a great job in the plantations. We acknowledge it. Thank you, and we hope you continue with us. Thank you.
I think what you proposed is the multi-sector plan. Thank you very much. Yeah, actually, PHDT also they have a gap, so I won't say no. That's what I said. Initial 25 years we are focusing on for certain activities. So now it's open up. We know the demand and the problems, what the policies of the government and all that. So we also started changing. So this area actually now Dr. Amunukama is with us. I think if there's anything additional he can discuss about it. We already started discussing with actually the health ministry in this area. So recently we started it. And Mr. Muthulingam, with regard to the hospitals, actually out of nearly about 375 dispensaries, health institution, only 44 have been taken over. But that process is delayed. So that has taken nearly 20 years. So that's what we thought. Again, now we were planning to take over another 59. So no point but they are blaming each other. But we thought at least we come out with a
this interim plan that was proposed through the board, that's what I said, that it was accepted by the government as well, because we can't keep these people, with us since the process is delaying it.
That tourism would have to actually indirectly support in most of those areas that you require support in. So as part of our project, I think I've explained this to Mr. Pereira during our discussion as well. I see quite a lot of areas where we can work together, and I'm actually in contact with RPCs, and I'm glad to hear that they are happy about it, and they're willing to come on board and work with us on it. Another area that I thought might be interesting is waste management. Is there any specific attention that you all have given as a from PHDT for the waste management side of things?
Yeah, it's very good that because the shopping list is long, and also I think we are, with the shopping list you can go to a small shop or go to a supermarket or a hypermarket. So I think we are in a hypermarket, so we can probably get all of or most of the requirements in time to come. So thank you. My task is to very quickly say a big thank you